Hi everyone, welcome back to Storytime with Mr. Jerome, where we tell stories that matter. This Friday we'll be reading once again from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Today we'll be reading a story titled The Good Shepherd. This is all about our hero from last time, David, and how God led him and was like a shepherd to him. So let's read together and see what the story's about.
The Good Shepherd. David was a shepherd, but when God looked at him, he saw a king. Sure enough, when David grew up, that's just what he became. And David was a great king. He had a heart like God's heart, full of love. Now, that didn't mean he was perfect, because he did some terrible things. He even murdered a man. No, David made a big mess of his life. But God can take even the biggest mess and make it work in his plan. I need a new heart, Lord, David prayed, because mine is full of sin. Make me clean inside. God heard David's prayer. He forgave David, and he made David a promise. I will make you great, David, and one day a king will be born into your family, and he will heal the whole world. Did you know that David was a songwriter too? In fact, his songs were so good, they might have been in the top 40 charts if they'd been invented then. David's songs are like prayers. They are called psalms, and this one is called the Song of the Shepherd. It's probably number 1 on the psalm charts, and it goes like this. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me, he guides me, he looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside, my heart is very quiet as lying still in soft green grass in a meadow by a little stream. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid, because my shepherd knows where I am. He is here with me. He keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave. He is getting wonderful things ready for me, especially for me. Everything I ever dreamed of. He fills my heart so full of happiness, I can't hold it all inside. Wherever I go, I know God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love will go too. God gave David that song to sing to his people so they could know that he loved them and would always look after them, like a shepherd loves his sheep. And one day, God was going to do something that would inspire thousands upon thousands of new songs. God was going to show his people once and for all just how much he loved them. Another shepherd was coming, a greater shepherd. He would be called the Good Shepherd, and this shepherd was going to lead all of God's lambs back to the place where they had always belonged, close to God's heart.
Isn't that neat to know that God will always love us and care for us just like a shepherd cares for his sheep? Now, I say that, but you may or may not know what shepherds and sheep are, and if you don't, hold on, we're going to talk about that in our Learning Minute. For now, I just want to leave you with this thought. Remember, before we go, remember that God... Isn't that awesome to know that God will always love us and care for us? I know that makes me feel good. I hope that makes you feel good too. Now, all this talk of shepherds and sheep, you may or may not know what those are. Now, let's learn more about them in our Learning Minute.
David talked about how God was his shepherd who took care of him and gave him good things. God can be like a shepherd, but normally, shepherds take care of sheep instead of people. Have you ever seen a sheep before? People have kept sheep as pets and as livestock for a very long time. Sheep are bigger than cats and dogs, so instead of keeping them inside the house, the people who take care of sheep keep them outside in fields. Also, since sheep like to live with their friends and families, they live in big groups called flocks. The shepherds wait until the sheep's fur or wool is long enough, then they cut it and use the extra to make clothing or blankets. Here's a question for you to discuss with your family. What do you think it would be like to be a sheep?
I hope you enjoyed that Learning Minute, and I hope you enjoyed our reading of The Good Shepherd today. Join us this Monday at 7 p.m. for another story that matters. Thank you so much for watching. I forgot to mention, if you want a copy of this book, parents, there's a link in the description that you can follow to purchase a copy for yourselves. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care. Goodbye.